Let us go for a lap around Daytona. Now, as we're entering to turn one, okay. So keep in mind, these are race field conditions, so all markers may change under qualifying or an IMSA race. This was full fuel, and the conditions were 23 degrees Celsius air, 27 degrees Celsius track temperature. As we're entering turn one, I'm aiming to be in the middle of the track here, so not go out wide here to use too much distance going up there, but not to be all the way down here because we need setup for turn one. As we're entering turn one, we want to be very, like, parallel to the white wall here and able to straight line this braking zone all the way down to these cones. So we begin braking as soon as the front of our car enters this white line, and we want to brake at our maximum capacity as soon as we're past that white line, just ever so slightly in front of it. Now we want to be braking a straight line here, turning in a little bit earlier than the cones, but you want to be parallel and close to the cones. Sometimes I get right up in close and personal here, very close. We're only braking about 30% here. If we go back, we were braking 100% and turning, but I do rapidly drop the brakes as to not lock up too much. If we actually look, I am locking up a little bit, but that's not that much. In fact, that's mostly engine braking. As we enter down into the apex of the corner, it's a very late apex because if we enter too early, we go all the way out wide here and we can spin, or we can hit that curb, or we can go flying in the air, you know. We're squeezing the throttle up until that point. We're getting up to like 80% throttle pretty quickly, and then squeezing all the way until we feel like we can get there. Sometimes I go all the way up to this curb, but it's honestly personal preference because this is what's really dangerous. This is what restricts you. You want to be hitting this curb. If you hit it too much, you will go flying. And you want to be hitting this curb, but not too much again, because either you'll hit the wall, you'll go flying, you'll spin, whatever. But you want to be trying to straight line it and lay apexing it so that you can get all the way over to the left here as quick as possible. So as you can see here, now I'm parallel to the white line. This allows me to reduce the distance I have to make in the corner and the angle of which the corner is. I'm very close to the white line here, braking at about when my windshield wiper is pretty close to this pole or that van. But I also do like to use this as a reference. I get to full braking capabilities right as this starts. Entering this corner at a very late apex. In a GT3, you'd be more taking a V-shaped line, but in the Acura, where there's lots of downforce and speed you can take. You want to U-shape this line. You're still turning in early as to keep on that rubber because all the GT3s take that V-shaped line, but not too early as for you'll hit an early apex when you really want a late apex here, as I do right now. I'm right at the apex here, getting on almost full throttle immediately actually, squeezing though up till 90% to 100. Getting all the way over to the left here on this curbing. Now, as we enter this, we want to be parallel to the white line here. Full braking here. But as we enter this corner, okay, my steering wheel is straight for now, but we're starting to turn in a little bit because all the rubber is in the middle of the track here. Because the GT3s drive this track a lot, there's a V-shaped line here, and you want to be utilizing all that rubber over here, not going out wide onto the marbles here, and then having to very late apex and reduce our speed when that's not really useful. I did miss the apex here a little bit. You want to be right on that curbing. Not too much. You don't want to cut onto the gravel because this is quite a 3D curb. You want to be getting all the way, yeah, you want to be more over there, but you don't want to be getting on throttle too early. Like here, that would be a bad place because you just go straight off. But you kind of want to time your throttle so you're in tune with the banking here. There's a little bit of extra grip here, and so if you get on full throttle, you won't lose that much speed. You'll be in the banking, and then you'll be able to get to full throttle pretty quickly. You want to be putting on attack mode and getting all the way over to the right here as quick as possible. Braking at about when your windshield wiper hits this cone. Maybe don't use this cone because this cone can get wrecked if someone goes off there and then there's no reference for you. So I generally just say like around halfway between this I want to be getting to full braking, or your windshield wiper when it gets in line with the yellow curbing here. You want to be on this curbing here as to enter this corner. Maximize the amount of track that you have available. Slowing down quite a lot, but not too much. You don't want to overslow. You want to be aiming. I missed the apex here a little bit. You want to be aiming to be kind of around there, cutting this curb so that you can get on throttle even earlier and even better. I did get on throttle quite good anyways. Got up to 100% around halfway through here, and then I was able to carry all that speed and all that exit speed up to the top of the banking here. You want to be going all the way over here as to maximize your exit, and then carry that speed through this high banking section. Entering the chicane at around 312. This is very late braking zone because you want to arc this curve and you can carry quite a lot of speed through here. A good braking reference, they're kind of hard to find, but maybe your cockpit in tune with this track, or just try and generally find something. My FOV is quite going to be different to yours because I run triples, most likely, and we want to be getting up to our full braking point right past this #1 board. Entering here, pretty late apex, but trying to enter so that our left front wheel is on the left here, almost cutting this curb. If we look, where is it? We are actually on the grass for a portion of it. Not too much because you will get an off track if you go too much. If we look back a little bit more, we are right on the edge here, right there. If we go to cockpit cam, for this corner, yeah, you want to lay apex, but as soon as you're here, you want to start turning for the next corner. If we go forward a little bit, I'm already turning for that corner, as to stay right in the rubber where all the grip is, and then aim for that very late apex over here. You want to be aiming to get right on this grass here, cutting all of this curb. And then if you go out a little bit too wide here, you lose all the grip, all the marbles are there, and then you understeer right off the track into the slowdown zone. So it's better to get, honestly, an off track here or back there than it is to get over there, because you have the risk of that slowdown. So I would make sure that you slow down enough. Don't absolutely blow this corner like I've seen so many times before. And then this section, you can cut the grass a little bit, not too much, because there is an off track, and there is a slowdown penalty there. Exiting there. Still at attack mode, on attack mode. Trying to get all the way up to around 318 kilometers an hour before putting it into build, but generally the reference is right before the start finish line. So I'm about 319, probably 320. If you're doing the chicane badly, you'll be like 312, and then you want to be putting it up right into build right before the start finish line so you can change it through the lap. For that last section, if you're on a flyer, you want to be on the left here in the apron, because that will help you in qualifying by like 200, 300. It's not that much, but it helps. In high split situations, it will definitely gain you a position or two if it's that tight. But generally, if you're in a race situation, you want to be up here in the middle so that you can straight line the braking zone there. That's a lap around Daytona. Let's have a look at the far chase view.